crucial part of the seller. She put in free candy, you know, the way to my heart. Alright, so today I'm going to be doing a full face testing out all makeup from Etsy. I'm so freaking excited. If you've never heard of Etsy, it's basically like an online marketplace for different sellers. There's people from all over the world on there. I love buying jewelry on Etsy. They just have a lot of unique handmade things. I just think Etsy is a really cool way to support people's passions, whether it's makeup, wood carving, baby clothes, like whatever it may be. I just think it's cool to help support people doing what they love. So I've been wanting to make this video for a while. I just didn't really know where to start. I don't think I've ever purchased makeup on Etsy. If I did, it was like years ago. One of you guys, Kayla, in a YouTube comment suggested that I do this. It kind of just sparked it again, and I tweeted, and a bunch of you guys said that you wanted to see this video. Got me hyped up, so here we are. Before we jump into testing out the products, I wanted to say a little bit just about the experience buying makeup on Etsy and some things that I think might be helpful if you guys are going to be purchasing anything or just looking into shopping on Etsy for makeup. So I spent a few hours hardcore going through Etsy, trying to find the best sellers that had good reviews. I looked at their Instagrams, basically just try to find people that looked like they had interesting products, good customer service, and that people had good things to say about. One tip I have before you check out, check their Instagrams or just do a Google search for any coupons that shop might have going on. Do you guys say coupons or coupons? Ended up saving $16 just by using 2 different coupons. Shopping on Etsy, makeup specifically, there's actually a lot of really great deals on things. Some things can get pricey with the shipping. I found that was kind of where I was spending most of my money, was actually on shipping. Total, I spent $166 on all these products, but 40 of those dollars were for shipping. I purchased all these products myself. None of these sellers know I'm making a video or anything. I did want to say I was kind of worried about making this video just because I recognize that these are small businesses. There's so much love that goes into making products when you're running it out of your own home. A lot of times it's just one person running the show, doing everything, and I totally respect that, and I don't want to knock down any particular seller. That's not the goal here. I'm just trying to give my honest thoughts on products and share my experiences with them. Like I always say, products work differently for different people. Something I love, you might hate, and vice versa. Same goes for Etsy sellers. If I don't like a product, it doesn't mean that it's a horrible product. It just didn't work out for me. So like always, I'm gonna be honest with you guys how products work out for me. Just felt like I needed to say that. If you're a seller, I respect the hustle. You go girl or guy. The sellers that had cute packaging, I did keep because I feel like that's one of the exciting parts of shopping on Etsy is the packaging. A lot of sellers put a lot of time and effort and money into their packaging, which would have just been money back in their pocket. So I definitely appreciate that, and I wanted to shout those people out. If you guys are excited for this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It helps me out. If you want to see how I got this look and what I think about Etsy makeup, you're in the right place. Just keep watching. All right, I'm so excited to try this stuff out. I actually just got my lash extensions put back on. I have a whole video talking about my thoughts on them and everything. I've already washed, moisturized, and primed my face. I actually ordered this really interesting powder primer on there that you're supposed to put on before your foundation, but something happened and the seller hasn't actually shipped it yet, so we're just gonna move on into the foundation. So I prefer a full coverage foundation. I want all of the acne covered. So I got a couple different sample foundations to try out since I didn't know which one was going to be a better shade and coverage. The cool thing about buying makeup on Etsy is a lot of the sellers offer sample sizes. So you can get little sample cups or bags. Some of the sellers were charging between like $4 and $7 to ship samples. It's a good way to try stuff out before committing to the full size. I'm gonna have every single thing I'm talking about listed down below with the seller and everything. The first foundation is the Superior Performance Liquid Foundation by CL Cosmetics. Then I also picked up another foundation sample and a couple other things from Pure Anata. They gave me this little brochure in here. That one is handcrafted in Canada, vegan and cruelty-free organic ingredients. I got all of the lightest shades of the foundation. This one is in the shade Alabaster, and this is in Stockholm. This Alabaster one looks like it's about 3 shades lighter than this foundation, so I'm thinking I'm gonna go in with this. I also got this, which I'm really excited to try. This is a white powder foundation mixer. It doesn't say to not use this with liquid, so I'm assuming you could mix it in with liquid or powder foundation to lighten it. I also did get a setting powder, so I think I'm gonna mix that in with the setting powder probably, or use that underneath my eyes. But she also has a darkening powder. All right, so I'm on the Etsy sellers page. We're gonna read some of the claims about this foundation. It says it's a moisturizing full coverage formula, non-greasy texture, but it does have coconut oil in it, which I didn't know, probably not the best for acne. It's kind of just looking for the foundation with the most coverage. Okay, I'm so curious about the coverage on this. Ooh, shade looks nice. I'm just blending this out with my Sigma F80. The shade is nice. I'm glad the shade is light enough. The shade actually matches me pretty well, but this definitely isn't full coverage. It actually looks like pretty light coverage. You can see all of my acne, freckles, everything coming through. Yeah, this is very light coverage. I'm kind of curious about the coverage of this foundation. It's going to be way too dark, so I might just add a tiny bit down here just so we can see how it does. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm going to go back in with that first foundation, and let's just try and build this up. I also have a concealer I'm going to try out, so I can always spot conceal a little bit. At least the shade on this one is closer. If you like light coverage, it is sitting on the skin nicely. It kind of just looks like a tinted moisturizer. It doesn't feel greasy or anything, like it feels like it's setting down. I'm just going to dip my brush in here. Ooh. Okay, don't build this. That was the wrong decision. It gets a little bit separated almost. It looks nice on my skin for light coverage. I just wouldn't probably market this as full coverage. Okay, so I'm definitely going to go in with this spot concealer. Hopefully this has a little bit more coverage. So this is by the brand Born Cosmetics. It says Silky Shea Butter Cream Concealer. I have the lightest shade Fair Light. This was $10.95. It says it glides on silky smooth, has long-lasting performance. It says our concealer foundation is great for sensitive skin and sensitive eyes. So I guess you could use this as kind of a foundation as well. All right, give me some coverage concealer. So the plan is to spot conceal with this and then also use this underneath my eyes. I have a lot of acne down here right now, so we'll see how this covers. I'm gonna try using this almost like a foundation because I'm not getting that much coverage with this at all. It's actually like not covering. Yeah, it doesn't really look like anything's happening. I'm gonna use my Sigma F82 and try and just go in with this. Okay, I think I like it better as foundation. It's giving a pretty like luminous glow. Still not covering a whole lot, but building it up on top of the other foundation I think is helping, but on my actual acne spots it's not really covering. I did get a powder foundation that I'm going to use to set my makeup, so hopefully that will add a little bit more coverage too. I actually don't think it really covers as a concealer. I think it more just evens out your complexion a bit. I need to be careful with this stuff since there's so much oil in it with the eyelash extensions. I don't know if it's really showing up on the viewfinder, but you can still see a lot of my acne, especially on my forehead. Let's try this underneath the eyes. It does feel very moisturizing. So the loose powder foundation I got is the Gourmet Rose Mineral Foundation in the shade number 0 Fair Neutral. I got the full size of this. I think she included these little samples for free, so that was really cool. She included the translucent veil and then also a different shade of the foundation, I think the next shade up. The full size of this retails for $14.95. It says very water resistant, complete flawless coverage for skin conditions like acne, rosacea, and redness. So that gives me some hope. It does claim to give flawless coverage for acne. I think first I'm going to set my face and then probably mix it with that white powder to use underneath my eyes. The packaging is nice. It comes with a little shifter thing that you twist to get the product out. Shade looks a bit dark, but we'll see. I'm going to use my normal powder brush with this, the Ferless CB4, and I have a bunch of powder in the lid. Ooh, definitely too dark. It's giving pretty good coverage. That looks nice. My skin looks really smooth right now. It doesn't look like I have like a powder on. Even though this is too dark, I'll just blend it down my neck. Personally, I get the best coverage when I pat on my powder. I never really blend because it just blends away the product underneath. This is giving me really great coverage. I'm just like full on bringing this down the neck. It is clinging like a little bit weird, but I think that's probably just the liquid foundations I have on underneath. It does blend out, you just kind of have to work with it. It gives a little bit of like a luminous glow. That could just be the other foundations with the oils. Can't really tell when I just swatch the powder on my hand. I'm going to take this smaller brush and see if I can kind of use this just on my spots to add a little bit more coverage. It's going on a bit darker right there for some reason. It is adding some coverage. I'm happy with the powder. I wish it came in a couple shades lighter because this is too dark. So let's go in with this white powder. This is a 3-gram sample jar and it was $2.89. I think I'm actually just going to add a little bit more of this in the cap and then just go ahead and add in some of that white powder and mix it in the cap. So here's my little concoction. I'm going to mix this with this brush. The white looks like straight up powder sugar, like it has those similar kind of balls to it too. That definitely lightened it. Cool. Crazy how when you mix white with things, it lightens it. Whoa, whoa. Whew. Inhaling that. The white isn't super finely milled. There's some like balls of it, so I feel like as you blend it out, kind of more white keeps getting blended on, if that makes any sense. Like the balls start breaking down. That's definitely too light since my face is this dark right now, but I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side and then we'll go in and fix it. I'm gonna go in with my normal brush and attempt to fix this. Just to make my under eyes not look so crazy right now, I'm gonna take that same concoction for underneath the eyes and just add some to the center of my face. The center of my forehead looks really good, which is like my problem area. I get a lot of texture there, but I think this is as good as we're gonna get. I've been trying to work with it for like 5 minutes. Clearly the white lightener works. I wish it was a little bit more finely milled. There are some like bigger chunks in there, which if you're mixing, you just need to be sure to kind of crush them so you're not getting too much white in there. I might actually just get a second shifter and do my own mix of these two for face powder. For an eye primer, I don't really want to put that concealer on my eyes because of all the oils, so I'm just gonna use my normal MAC Painterly paint pot. All right, moving on to the brows. Eyebrow products and concealer were the two things that were really tricky to find. The people who are selling those kind of have the market cornered. There's not a whole lot of options, so props to them. The sellers that had cute packaging that kind of stood out, I kept to show you guys because I think that's something that's a really nice touch. That's all coming out of their profit essentially, so I just think it's a really nice touch when people invest in that kind of thing. So this eyebrow product came in the cutest packaging. Whoa. It's like little polka dot tissue paper, and then it's in this cute freaking box. Look at this. She also included a free eyeshadow sample, so that's really cool with this little card. She has directions for the eyebrow product, so that's awesome. So let's take it out of the box. Oh my god, this is so cute. So her brand is Breathtaking Beauty, and this is the Mineral Eyebrow Tint. It's essentially like Dip Brow or another brow pomade, except it says it also has oils in it. Etsy sellers love their oils to encourage hair growth and health. And it says the formula is long lasting and waterproof, so I'm excited. Let's try this out. Here's the inside, nicely pressed in there. Just combing through my brows with a spoolie first. Dang, this powder looks good. It feels like the perfect consistency so far. It's not too creamy where it like makes a dent in there. Yeah, that worked well. It's not too waxy, but also not too creamy, so you're still kind of in control of it. I wouldn't say it's quite as pigmented as the Dip Brow, which could be a good thing because it's pretty easy, in my opinion, to go a little bit overboard with the Dip Brow. That looks really nice. I would use that again. A+ packaging. Good product. So for contour, this looks very promising. The shade of this is the same brand, the Pure Nada. This is the foundation I tried. This is the medium matte contouring powder. So she makes two different shades in this. The shade is actually called Alluring. This is the lightest one. And it says for pale to light skin tones or for a very natural contour. Some of the reviews said a little bit goes a long way, so I just have a tiny bit amount. I'm gonna use my Flower Beauty brush, which I've been obsessed with. So I have a very small amount on here. Ooh. Oh, hell yeah. Ooh, I feel like this is a perfect tone. It's blending out nicely. Okay, super excited about this. I'm buying the full size. Might add a little bit of this on my temples since I still have a lot left over on the palette. You literally need the smallest amount of this. If you bought the full size jar, which I think is 3 grams, that would last you for forever. Oh, this is pretty. This is like what Benefit Hula Light should have been. Uh-oh, I might have forgotten blush. We've got another winner with that one, folks. I'm super excited about this contour powder. I'm going to be ordering the full size. So the highlighter I got, I could not decide which highlighter to get. There were so many pretty ones on Etsy. I ended up going with one from Beauty Bar Baby. It came in this hot pink packaging, which I appreciate. Oh, also, already ate these, but I didn't want to forget to mention them, so I put the wrapper back in. Crucial part of the seller. She put in free candy. You know, the way to my heart. I also got a liquid lipstick from her. Ooh, look at the packaging. So here's the packaging of the highlighter. Comes in this little pouch, and it looks like it's a magnetic pan. I have a magnetic palette here. This one's just by Ofra that I'm gonna stick this into because the eyeshadows I got are also magnetic. You can use a Z palette with these or whatever. So it has a beautiful design on here. It almost looks like the Burberry highlight. She has a few different shades of these. I got the one Pretty in Champagne, and this retails for $7.99, which I feel like it's a really good deal. Oh yeah, super pretty. That is beautiful. It's not emphasizing my texture or anything. Gives a super pretty sheen. I feel like I'm gonna need more shades of these. Dude, that's pretty. Could totally use this as an eyeshadow too. Shit, my Instacart's coming right now. I think we're gonna take a momentary pause. All right, have groceries. EA for food. So I actually did get a blush. So all of the eyeshadows I got and the blush is from FeatherRiverBody. I got the blush in the shade Pink Earth, and it looks like this really nice light baby pink kind of color. Ooh, that looks pretty. Blush was $9. All right, let's see. Ooh, that was powdery. Very powdery. I don't know if, yeah, you can see that, the kickback right there. Let's tap off the brush. Powder is like flying up. Pretty shade though. I just dipped my brush into the Kick Up because there's still a lot of product. By the way, when I was waiting for the Instacart, I was looking at my face out in my mirror by natural lighting, and the highlight looks freaking amazeballs. It's beautiful. Like I said, all of the eyeshadows I got were from her. I got 6 shades. I'm gonna pop them into the palette so I can see them all and you guys can see them all. This Ofra palette looks funky. Okay, so here are the 6 shades that I ended up getting. I got 3 matte shades and it looks like 3 shimmer shades. I remember she had kind of different formulas. A couple of them are pressed pigments, super intense it says. So the pressed pigments were $6 and then the matte eyeshadows were $5. I think eyeshadows are one of the things that I shopped around for the longest just because there were so many options and a lot of them actually don't show swatches. I found myself gravitating overall towards sellers who showed swatches because then you can see what the product actually looks like. I definitely found myself buying more from sellers that had swatches. I also would go to their Instagram pages a lot of times to see if they had actual photos of people wearing them. I'm gonna have the exact shades and shade names listed down below. Ooh, I think I got this one to also use as like a face highlight. Oh, heck yeah. That just swatched beautifully. Let's try this. This is like a gold green kind of color. There's that one. I really want to use that pink shade, but I feel like I've done a lot of pink looks lately. So for the crease, since I have some left over, I'm going to use the same bronzer contour shade I used. And it's working great as an eyeshadow too. I'm going to start out by going in with this camel color, which is called Alley. And these shadows seem to be getting really good reviews by people. A lot of people were saying they were comparable, if not better, to Makeup Geek. So I'm curious. I think I'm gonna go in with this red brick kind of shade. This is Sunset. These eyeshadows so far have a little bit of kick up, but they're not anything like the blush. It almost looks more like a coral when it's actually on your eyes. That's super pretty. These are blending out really easily, and I'm not getting like any fallout right now. So now I'm gonna take the shade Mermaid. I'm gonna use my finger to first put it on since that's typically how I do lid shades, and then I'll blend it out with a brush probably. Pretty. Actually, with these lash extensions, I kind of need to use a brush, so I can't get close enough. I'm gonna wet my brush to see if I can get a little bit more pop with this. Not like totally mind blown, but it's pretty. I'm gonna go with that deeper brown shade. It's called Cafe. Looks kind of like MAC Brown Script. I can't find my new favorite BH brush. Has a freaking neon pink handle, so you'd think I wouldn't be able to lose it. Ooh, that's pretty. I feel like I have to move in like slow motion with lash extensions when I do eyeshadow. I don't know, this Mermaid shade, I'm just not getting the kind of pop I want from it. I'm gonna try and use my finger. Ooh, that's better. I think finger is the way to go with that one. Into those shadows, I would purchase more of those, especially I think the matte shades. Maybe I'll actually use that pink on the lower lash line. First, I'm gonna go back in with that camel shade and blend it on the lower lash line. Like, these are freaking pigmented. I think it might work, that pink shade. I think just right on the center. Ooh, that's pretty. It's almost like a deeper rose gold shade. That's beautiful. I almost feel like you could even use that to top off like a lipstick. I don't think this white shade would quite go with the look I'm going for the inner corner, so I think I'm just going to take the same highlight shade that I used on my face. So I'm just going to put on my bottom mascara. Ooh, I didn't really think through the whole eyes lips thing. I did get a few different lip options. Again, this is by Beauty Bar Baby. Liquid lipstick. This is the same brand that did the highlighter. Ooh, cool packaging. This will definitely go with this look. This one's in the shade Nude Suede Shoes and it's $13.99. This packaging might be tied with the eyebrow packaging by Breaking Beauty. There are so many cute things about this one. I love that she wrote a little handwritten thing on here, but this was the coolest part. I almost threw this away. I didn't even see it. Look at that. She hand drew lipstick on there. That's just awesome that she took the time to do that. So this is by the brand Jenny Retro. Oh my god, this is so cute. She included like a mirror. This is awesome. Great job, Jenny. On the outside of here, I think it actually said to use a lip primer, and I think she just included it. And then I got this shade. This could also work if I want to do like a really deep reddish brown. It looks very liquidy. That's interesting. Thinking this is an actual like liquid kind of tint thing that dries down matte, because this is very, very liquidy. And then the last lipstick I got came in this purple packaging. Super cute box on this one. I love that. It's by Lolita Cosmetics. Did I just say that? I think so. This is the Laconic liquid lipstick in the shade Dangerous. I think it's like a bright red kind of shade. I just got this to try out because I've been really into these kind of shades lately. And this lipstick was $11.99. So I think for this look, I want to try out the Beauty Bar Baby. I think this cool tone purple will look really good with that green. Okay, so it doesn't really have a smell. It smells a little bit chemically. Ooh, pretty color. It looks a lot more nude than I was expecting, which I'm pleasantly surprised about. Feels very, very thin. It's not like a creamy or moussey consistency. This applicator kind of tickles. See how long it takes to kind of totally dry down? Oh, the bottom is dry. All right, so it took about a minute to dry down, and it feels nice. I wouldn't say it feels overly drying. It's definitely not like a moisturizing liquid lipstick, but I don't feel like my lips are gonna fall off. They're so dry. All right, so that's everything that I got to try out from Etsy. I'm gonna do a quick rundown so you guys can see the things that were passes for me and then the things I recommend. Off the bat, I think the thing that stands out most to me is the highlighter. It's beautiful. I'm definitely gonna be picking up more shades of this because just the way that it sits on your skin and the sheen that it gives is stunning. The eyeshadows I also really like, especially the matte shades. And then the other kind of two standout products to me are the Gourmet Rose Mineral Foundation. This pleasantly surprised me, and I think I will be mixing in this lightener with it. Lightener I think is a great concept. I think I need to play around with it a little bit more. Maybe I just didn't mix it totally right for underneath the eyes. This gives you pretty good coverage, and just the finish of it is beautiful. I wish you made a few more shades in this, both deeper and lighter. And then this contour powder, man. Love this. Gonna be ordering the full size of this. I also would use the eyebrow pomade again. So those are the thumbs up standout products to me. I think my least favorite thing I tried is probably the concealer, just because it didn't really cover anything. I think it evens out overall complexion redness, but I wouldn't really call this a concealer. It's creamy, but very light coverage. Again, just because I don't like something doesn't mean it's a horrible product. I'm sure there's a lot of people who have bought from these sellers and have tried these products that absolutely love them and it works for them. That's the great thing about makeup. And just off of first impressions, that's kind of what I feel about this foundation. My only thing with this is that I would not market this as full coverage. It looked beautiful as a light coverage foundation. Like the way that it sat on my skin was really nice. This is just in no way full coverage. Overall, I feel like I'm pretty pleasantly surprised with some of the stuff I found, and it makes me want to pick up other makeup and keep trying things out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below if you have any favorite products that you found from Etsy. Definitely down to try them out. If you're new here, you can join the Bayrito family and subscribe. I upload Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. 15 Days of Foundation is starting September 1st, 6 p.m. I believe when this video is going up, that'll be this Friday. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.